Confused Rahul, on the other hand, is attacking the TMC, one of its potential ally for 2024. The apex court refuses to stay the Election Commission of India order. They say no immediate relief will be granted to Uddhav Thackeray. After 3 failed attempts, Delhi finally gets some air as the Aam Aadmi Party's Shelley Oberoi wins the election. And this is a new crisis hitting Pakistan that is forced to take extreme steps, imposing new cost-cutting measures now. And the Chinese foreign minister meets with Vladimir Putin in Moscow in the backdrop of the US backing Ukraine. A very good evening. The show is called The Burning Question and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Arvind Kejriwal, not very long ago, ladies and gentlemen, said Rahul Gandhi is enough to weaken the Congress. Mayawati said the Congress party is biased towards the Dalits. Also, very recently, Rahul Gandhi has hit out at the TMC. Rahul Gandhi says the TMC is corrupt. It has brought violent politics to the state of Bengal. Mamata Banerjee has hit back at the Congress earlier and she said the Congress has no moral right to seek votes. Now you must be wondering why today am I quoting all these leaders. The genesis is in the word that you hear again and again, that is called opposition unity. Opposition unity, the index of opposition unity, the entire opposition will get together and then they will be able to defeat Narendra Modi. This is a question and a formula that you've heard at least for the last many years. Now today what has happened is that the Congress has finally made a big admission. The Congress party says we have no confidence in Rahul Gandhi and we will need an alliance to beat Narendra Modi in 2024. But ever since the Congress party has made that statement, there have been sharp attacks that have been launched by parties like the Trinamool Congress, like the BRS, that have no confidence in Rahul Gandhi. And even if it is a broken opposition, can they really take on Narendra Modi? Before we get into the debate, I just want to tell you 3 important facts. The strike rate of the Congress party in the 2019 elections, ladies and gentlemen, was just a 9%, followed by a 19% vote share in the Lok Sabha elections. Let's not forget 93 seats is where the Congress has lost in just the last 4 elections. Do they really hope and pray they can win 2024 like this? Let's bring up the entire story and then the debate.
The stage is getting set for 2024 polls. The Vajra Congress has made a big declaration. Congress president said that the Congress will form government with an alliance in 2024.
In 2024, the alliance government will come in center. Congress will lead. We are talking with other parties because otherwise the democracy and constitution will go.
And while the Congress president has sought an alliance, the strategy remains to be in a mess, full of confusion. This with Rahul Gandhi hitting out at its probable ally, the TMC.
You also know the history of the TMC. You know the violence that takes place in Bengal. You know the scams, the Sharda scams that have taken place.
So who is with the Congress? Aam Aadmi Party is not ready for Congress leadership.
I think one big message that flows from this small mayor election of a small city state, which is far bigger than a mere election and has a pan-India resonance is a message that there is only one man that can today take on the might of the mighty BJP. There's only one man who can take on Prime Minister Modi, and that man is Arvind Kejriwal.
BRS has its independent strategy.
One thing what we want Congress to understand, that enough is enough. It is, India doesn't mean only Modi ji and Rahul Gandhi. India doesn't mean only BJP and Congress. There is much more beyond that. Telangana fits into it, Delhi fits into it, Punjab fits into it, Kerala, many other states are there, state leaders are there. When time will come, we will talk about, numbers or alliances. But why so hurry?
The BJP meanwhile has hit out at Congress's confused state.
खड़गे साहब, ये आपके संस्कार है, हमारा वो स्तर नहीं है। लेकिन जितना हमारे प्रधानमंत्री को आप गाली पढ़ेंगे, उतना ही हमारे प्रधानमंत्री का स्तर बढ़ता है और जनता के प्रति, जनता की आस्था उनके प्रति बढ़ती है। ये आज से नहीं, गुजरात से आप देख रहे हैं। क्या है खड़गे साहब, किसने कहा था मौत का सौदागर? क्या क्या बातें नहीं की गई? आज मोदी चमकते हुए निकलते गए और 24 में और कस के निकलेंगे।
But the question is, where is the alliance that the Congress is talking about? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So where really is the alliance, and who all, ladies and gentlemen, will be a part of that alliance? Let's quickly say good evening to our panel of guests. I do see Shazia Ilmi of the BJP along with Binay Singh, who's also a political analyst, with us here in our studios. Also, Nahid Lari Khan is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. And I would want to take my first question to Dr. Sumant C. Raman, who's a political analyst, and he's often batted for the Congress. Dr. Sumant, is the Congress out of touch with the reality?
Look, I don't see anything wrong with what Mr. Kharge has spoken or the approach of the Congress party. Let us be very clear on a few things. There cannot be a hope for an opposition alliance to form a government in Delhi without the Congress party. Now that much is extremely clear, because at least in about 150, 175 seats virtually across the country in different states, it is a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress. Now, as an opposition party, now whether the other opposition parties will accept Mr. Rahul Gandhi, whether they will accept the leadership of the Congress, I don't think all of those are terribly relevant at this point of time. Look, at the end of the day, whether an alliance is formed post-elections or pre-elections, the impact of the question of who will be the Prime Minister and so on becomes relevant. First, you've got to win the election. You've got to first ensure that the BJP does not get a majority. Only after that, all those questions
That's why I asked you, Dr. Sumant C. Raman, that is the Congress out of touch from the reality. I'll just put out 3 to 4 basic factors, and then we'll also get in Ms. Khan, also then Binay and Shazia. Dr. Sumant C. Raman, for your information, the strike rate of the Congress party, only 9%. 9% in the 2019 elections. They had a 19% vote share in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Do you know that how many, Rajya Sabha MPs and how many states you don't have the Congress having even a single Rajya Sabha member of parliament?
Which is why Mr. Kharge
17 states today have 0 member of the Rajya Sabha. I'm just putting putting out facts so that we can talk. We can talk of the fact whether this is just a pipe dream, Dr. Sumant.
Nobody is disputing
why is that not important today? Why is that not important today? Have you heard what Abhishek Banerjee said today? Did you hear what Raghav Chadha today has said of the Aam Aadmi Party? He said it's going to be Arvind Kejriwal who can take on the might of Narendra Modi.
At the end of the day, the number of seats that the Congress party wins in the election will determine what actually happens next. Nothing else. What Arvind Kejriwal says or Mamata Banerjee
so
says.
Why today is a Mr. Kharge? Why today is a Mr. Kharge saying that the Congress will lead that alliance?
Congress will lead an alliance.
Does the Congress know how many seats is going to win?
I'll give you an example. For instance, the DMK is part of the Congress alliance. So the Congress, there is something called the UPA, which the Congress will lead. Now, whether 18 parties are there or 8 parties are there, that we will know only closer to the elections. So I think it is silly to write off.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You have other opposition parties. You've heard Dr. Suman C. Raman. Unfortunately, I don't have a representative from either the BRS or from the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress Party officially on the show. But you've heard the responses of the Aam Aadmi Party. But let me see what the Samajwadi Party has to say. Let's hear what the Samajwadi Party has to say. Ms. Khan, is it going to be Rahul Gandhi who will be the face of the opposition come 2024? Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi got together in 2017. और सबने देखा था क्या हुआ था मिस खान?
Deepti, it's clear that for BJP to form a government in 2024 is a distant dream. Their MPs will be fewer than what Congress has at present. In Punjab, where BJP propagated Jaan Bach
Why are you batting for the Congress?
BJP got 1% vote with 1 seat. Where the population... No, let me at least finish what I'm trying to say. At least understand what I'm trying to say before interrupting. In Punjab, in a state where BJP got 1% vote and with 1 seat, there the population of Hindu is 25%. ये वो population है जो BJP claim करती है कि हमारी जेब के लोग हैं. There BJP got 1% vote. And let me tell you one thing very straight. That 1977, the history of UP will be repeated where the ruling party along with the PM will be booted out by the public. UP has always been a trendsetter in creating history. And let me also tell you one thing that right now I heard that you were talking about opposition unity. Forget about opposition unity. The unity of India has been ruined by BJP and RSS. All over the world, India has been known for spreading message of love, peace and brotherhood. And this has been ruined
who's
by
responsible
BJP and
for that?
RSS and the public is totally understanding.
Miss Khan, who's responsible for that?
Of course,
Do you
BJP
remember what
BJP
Akhilesh Yadav had
RSS.
said?
I just said BJP
Okay, so by that logic, Akhilesh Yadav not very long ago had said that the BJP and the Congress are the same. He had said that the BJP and the Congress are the same.
Yes. There is no difference. Of course, we are still saying the same thing. There is no difference between BJP and Congress. But let me tell you that people of the country are understanding this. And if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, people are understanding that BJP is ruining the country to save democracy and to save the constitution.
I think much like the Congress party, today you are also confused. Today, Ms. Khan, I think you are also confused. You're going back in time. You're talking about what happened in 1977. Vinay, how will the opposition today fight? I mean, Miss Khan, I heard you for a good 2 minutes. I'd asked you a specific question on Rahul Gandhi. You obviously ducked that question. You spoke about everything else. No, tell me something. I ask you that question again. Vinay, 30 seconds. I'll give you another 30 seconds, Miss Khan. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds, ma'am. Tell me, will Rahul Gandhi be leading the charge of the opposition in 2024? Will Akhilesh Yadav accept that?
See, I give you an answer very clear, but since you are confused and you're quite biased, so you can't understand. I said that in 2024 for BJP to form a government, it's a distant
You don't have an answer.
Not for you to make estimates and for you to understand what I'm trying to say. You should understand. But BJP
you should say yes or no, or you should say we will think. I mean, I'm giving you options. I'm just giving you option A, yes, option B, no, and option C, we will think.
No. Try giving some options to BJP as well.
Where you are trying to understand what you are trying to say, and again blaming the other part that you are confused. So this phenomena is called Rahul Gandhi phenomena. This Rahul Gandhi phenomena, this is a new word in the dictionary. So again, Deepti, where will the alliance come from? Where are the alliance? They will come from Pakistan, China, or from Mars. I think they will come from Mars, because you can see all the probable alliance partners. Their overwhelming and overflowing desire to lead the united front. So where is the united front? It is a divided front. Where is the united front? And united front is divided today. And the leadership of Congress, it is confused, it is diffused. And Rahul Gandhi, I think some, PR guys, they have suggested him that by growing a beard, you can look to be a serious guy. Or by showing your bicep, you can connect to the youth.
Binay, there is so much to talk politically, so I'm just requesting you to please not make personal comments against anyone. But you know, the hard question that I want to ask of Shazia Ilmi, Shazia, it is being said that the BJP really wants this battle to boil down to a presidential, type of an election between Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. You will be too happy with that. But the problem comes when you have regional players. Is that the truth? Like, what will you do in a state like Bihar that has 40 Lok Sabha seats? The last time around, the NDA, they got 39 out of 40. Can you repeat that performance?
Well, absolutely. We will not just repeat the performance, but will better it. And that's because the reality is out there for everybody to see. That while BJP talks about India and New India and what Indians and the path they're on to greater achievement, whether it's the economy, whether it's our achievements all over, it is these parties that are squabbling with each other to be heading the so-called alliance which will be toppling Modi. Their idea and the only glue that keeps them together is Modi hatred. There is no plan whatsoever. There is no agenda or a roadmap. Now look at this. Aam Aadmi Party obviously can never collaborate with the Congress Party. You look at Samajwadi Party, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav tried his luck with Rahul Gandhi and of course later on with Mayawati. But clearly he wants now to go solo.
Just like the way you tried your luck in Bihar,
totally has scoffed
just like the way you tried your luck in Bihar, and the Bihar government slipped out of your hands suddenly.
Let me finish. Yeah. Don't scream.
No, just like the way
I can't comprehend what you're saying because it's in your. It's not. No.
Just
no,
like
I will
the
not
way
listen to you.
I will
first
in Punjab
insist
and you just
that
got 1% vote with one seat.
Okay.
BJP मुक्त हो गया पंजाब.
Can the anchor come in so that I can finish saying what I'm saying?
कैसे आप लोकसभा चुनाव जीत जाएंगी ना? आप ये भी सुन, आप मिस खान, आप पंजाब की बार-बार बात करती हैं. Do you know how many लोकसभा seats come from Punjab? Not even an Uttar Pradesh alone can guarantee you a victory in 2024. The opposition would be asked those questions because Ms. Khan, it's fancy to say, that democracy is in danger, constitution is in danger, you have all institutions getting compromised. Those are allegations that the opposition makes day in and day out. But when you're asked of, a proof, you run away. Ms. Khan, listen to that question. The way I asked you a question about Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh coming up together again in Uttar Pradesh, you ducked that question. So let Shazi at least tell us that how does she believe that you will better the record? Now, sans Nitish Kumar, Shazia, how will the chemistry, how will the mathematics pan out in the state of Bihar? And let's also not forget that South is again a territory, Shazia, that you believe you still have to conquer. There are troubles brewing in for the BJP in the state of Karnataka. You have maximized, your reach in a lot of North Indian cowbelt states. So what is the BJP's agenda? How will you fight the 2024 battle?
I think development, progress, upliftment, poverty alleviation, and just giving a new good deal to all Indians is our agenda. I don't know what will help any further, but I know shrill shrieking will not. Getting together in a chorus, and scoffing at each other on the one hand, and abusing and trashing the Prime Minister and the country won't. So I don't know what will take us there. I think it's for everyone else to see what has taken us there. But I can tell you for sure what will not. What will not help is Nitish Kumar pulling down Kharge today, taking him down. What will not help totally is the fact that Aam Aadmi Party and Congress will never see each other eye to eye. The fact that Mamata Banerjee already is asking for recognition of its regional players and actually mocking Kharge's statement definitely does not help the situation. But as for BJP, I think it doesn't matter. They can fight with each other and for each other, but the contention is clear. It is anti-Modi, anti-India and hatred against a particular Prime Minister and bringing down everything else that comes with it, including the welfare of the people, including what it means for an average Indian. So I think for people, the truth is out there that yesterday's, people who hated each other, who could not stand being with each other, are wanting to just save each other only to get against Modi. But when it comes to the crunch, even that is not working because one statement is all it took for Kharge ji to make and see the reaction. So I think there is a lot to introspect and
I agree, Dr. Sumant, with the last point that Shazia made, that even their anti-Modi, even their Modi hatred is not letting the opposition come together. Even that is not helping because where is the agenda? At least Shazia has told me what the BJP stands for. But I want to know what does the opposition stand for and who really will be the fulcrum of opposition unity. Sumant.
Stands for an inclusive India, an India which belongs to each and every one of its citizens. That is the first point. Second, being anti-Modi is not being anti-India. We know that at one point of time, there was this statement, Indira was India, which Devkant Barua had put out. And we saw what happened in the next election to Indira Gandhi after that. So I think that this whole idea that Mr. Modi is India and if you are anti-Mr. Modi, you are anti-India is something that is completely, it's a sad state of affairs where a cadre-based party like the BJP has now been reduced to a virtually a one-man show, which is essentially what it is. I mean, a party that prided itself on being different. Today, beyond the party flag and the symbol,
there's so many state governments. There is a whole...
Sumant, if I may, you know, much like Ms. Khan, why are you ducking questions about the
largest party of the world?
I mean, if the opposition players today are so embarrassed to even talk of Rahul Gandhi, how can you get along with Rahul Gandhi? Ms. Khan, because you know you laugh it off, and you know in your heart you know that's the reality. I just want to read what Abhishek Banerjee of the Trinamool Congress has said a little while earlier. You know, Sumant and Ms. Khan, you must listen to this. He says, the Congress has failed to resist BJP. The irrelevance, incompetence and insecurity has put them in a state of delirium, he says. Then he says, I urge Rahul Gandhi to revisit the politics of vanity instead of attacking us. Our growth isn't driven by money. It's people's love that propels us. Not very long ago, Mamata Banerjee also had said that Congress has no moral right to seek votes. Arvind Kejriwal has said Rahul Gandhi is enough to weaken the Congress party. Ms. Khan.
Deepthi, I just heard probably Shazia was saying that BJP is the largest party of the world. The so-called largest party of the world became the smallest party of the world in Punjab by getting just 1% vote and just 1% seat. Now, I also heard her saying about deals that she will BJP is going to provide deals. Yes, BJP only deals in deals and corruption of Adani BJP. This is the agenda of...
Let me train you on very basic stuff. Since you interrupted me, I will interrupt you. So because BJP was in alliance with the Akali Dal over there, and which is why BJP has a very small presence in Punjab. So there's hardly a point to be made. And
Ms. Khan, because you know you have to do the same. You today, what is Shazia, please allow me to ask her a question. Ms. Khan, you are again and again only talking about Punjab. I don't know why. Why you're again ducking the Congress question. Either the opposition, Binesh, should simply say that, you know, we will not take questions on Rahul Gandhi, Dr. Sumant. Because Nitish Kumar has warned, Nitish Kumar has literally warned the Congress that, listen, I'm getting a call from a lot of other political parties and you fall in line. And Ms. Khan, just for your information, only 13 Lok Sabha seats coming in from Punjab. If that is how you believe that you can get a 272, that is a problem. That is a problem that they don't even have a reality check, Binay.
The problem is this.
The situation you say in the so-called United Front is very conflicting. There are so many ego clashes. And not even the smallest party of this country, is going to accept the leadership of Rahul Gandhi.
So Rahul Gandhi
And
is
I
the
think
BJP's
Congress will-
biggest trump card.
No, then Congress is not going to compromise on any other parties or any other leadership or any other than Rahul Gandhi. So there is an ego clash that the situation is so conflicting. There are so many conflicts within the Congress. And look at Bihar. There is not a consensus between Nitish Kumar and Tejaswi Yadav that who will lead.
See, Bihar is a part of your Achilles heel, Binay. The BJP must accept that. Nitish Kumar today sees an OBC face. Many would say that he might not have too much of a reach beyond the state of Bihar. But the fact is, Nitish knows the BJP in and out, Dr. Suman. And that same Nitish Kumar has been telling the Congress, please get together and let's sit and decide about opposition unity.
And accept
but
me
what
as
has
a
the
Prime
Congress
Minister
said?
face.
But what has the Congress said?
And accept me as a Prime Minister face. Nitish Kumar
Now,
wants
he himself
to be
says, I don't
accepted
want
as
to be the Prime Minister, Suman. But the Congress today has made it very clear that whatever will happen in 2024 will be under the leadership of the Congress. So what will Nitish Kumar do? He obviously wants to be the next Prime Minister.
Congress then.
Sumant.
Wait, Deepthi, I think you're forgetting that between now and the Lok Sabha election, there are a number of vitally important state elections. If the Congress hypothetically wins in Karnataka and does well in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, holding on any two or at least winning any two out of those three, then it's hugely boosts the Congress process. I'm not saying that what happens in an assembly election will happen in the Lok Sabha election because Mr. Modi is not in the
So the
on
Congress
ticket in the
is
assembly
wanting
election.
to wait. Sumant, I think, has given the story out. The Congress wants to bargain. The Congress believes that it will be able to bargain if it's able to win the state of Karnataka. That's the problem. But then what about the allies? I think we are just about 400 days, less than 400 days away from the big, Lok Sabha battle, Sumant. You might say it's too early, but the BJP is already working. We'll have to wait and see how the story moves on from there. I thank Shazia, I thank Ms. Khan and both gentlemen for speaking to us and their time on the other side. Back with the next edition of The Burning Question.
Amity faculty have filed over 1,700 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
Chief Minister, you are being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
இது நடந்துட்டு அப்புறம் இவங்க சின்ன சாமி எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT-42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT-42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HAL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you are being accused by the opposition that you are breaking up communal polarization. Chief Minister, you are being... Chief Minister, you are...
எடுத்தோடனே செருப்பு எடுத்து கையில காமிச்சிருக்காருக்கா.
I would like to compliment Republic TV, especially from yesterday. You have taken it up in a big way, and thanks to Arnab ji also, who has brought it to the national attention.
What does the Hanuman with his mace and that tail signify on the tail wing of the HLFT 42? What is that?
It signifies strength.
There has been a lot of controversy about the picture of Hanuman which was present there, which has now been removed now, which shows that the storm is coming as well. The HLFT 42, there was a picture of Lord Hanuman there, creating a lot of controversy. It was in theme with the design of the structure, but why the sudden decision by the HL to remove it?
No, it was in theme. It has nothing, no specific reasons for putting it over there.
What made them get so defensive and change their mind to the point of erasing the Hanuman logo? You can't remove a logo of a god. The Hanuman logo must be brought back.
Chief Minister, you're being accused by the opposition.
That's a breaking news coming in where the Maharashtra government has opposed a tainted for Parambir Singh application which was filed before the CAT, and it is now where the tainted form runs into trouble again. It's a big trouble for Parambir Singh again, and another blow for a tainted for Parambir Singh, because here we have been seeing that the application that was filed by Parambir Singh over he seeks the retirement due to be cleared, where Parambir Singh has approached the Central Administration Tribunal challenging his suspension by state government. But now the Maharashtra government has replied to his petition, stated that there are multiple inquiries and investigations against Parambir Singh which are yet to come to a conclusion. Also, case is also been investigated by Central Bureau of Investigation, in which state government has not received the details of the investigation. The government is yet to get details of the charge that has been filed against Parambir Singh. Not only this, but the reply that has been filed by Maharashtra government also mentions that there are pending inquiries and investigation against him in the benefit of retirement and gratitude. We have also been joined by Shavan Sinha. Shavan, if you can give us the information, because it's another blow for the attempted cop of Parambir, where the Maharashtra government has opposed his plea.
Well, in fact, the big news point now coming in is with regards to the position that has now been taken by the Maharashtra government. Let's focus on that. Maharashtra government making it abundantly clear there is absolutely no question of giving any sort of relief. In fact, if you take a look at the reply that has been filed by the Maharashtra government, which we have also accessed, in which this has been addressed to the Secretary of the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs. They're basically given full details of the action that has been taken against tainted cop Parambir Singh, former Mumbai Police Commissioner. And I'm quoting, from the reply that has been given by the Maharashtra government. And this is what they are saying. They clearly say, insofar as the departmental inquiries are concerned, in the very nature of the present proceedings, which emanate basically from one set of allegations, it will be appropriate to await the results of the investigations now entrusted to the CBI. So, ladies and gentlemen, it becomes very clear. Maharashtra government is saying that here is a man, a tainted cop, Parambir Singh, who now faces some serious allegations of bribery, extortion. The case is being handled by the Central Bureau of Investigation, and Maharashtra government says that there is no question unless they get the details of the charge sheet that is going to be filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Unless they get the details of it, there is no question of giving any sort of relief. That's point number 5 in the reply that has been filed by the Maharashtra government. Now that becomes very clear, because here Parambir Singh was basically looking for some sort of a relief so that at least he could enjoy his retirement. But it seems like there is no question of that relief being given to Parambir Singh.
Trending burning question, powered by XUV 400 and Cool Fans.
Starting the trending burning question tonight with full focus on what's really happening in Pakistan. Pakistan now goes with a begging bowl to other countries looking for some sort of a help. But look at the condition, ladies and gentlemen. Week after week, it is only sliding down the slope. Broke Pakistan has now announced rationalization of the foreign mission abroad. This has been announced as part of their austerity measures. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif ordered the foreign ministry to reduce their offices. Not just that, staff, and initiate other measures to cut down expenditures of the debt-ridden nation by 15%. These austerity measures were finalized during a federal cabinet meeting as the country reels with daunting economic challenges. And while inflation has rocketed, what is turning out is that they now have to cut electricity in malls. Not just that, sell off their embassies. And it does not end there. They are saying that we do not have enough money to feed our own soldiers. But despite that, ladies and gentlemen, what's really happening is that the terror factory still continues in Pakistan. Latest images that have come in of Syed Salahuddin walking freely inside Pakistan, that too with security guards of Pakistan. That is one of the primary reasons why you're looking at Pakistan in a current situation like this. Take a look at this report and then we begin the trending burning question.
First food, then power crisis in Pakistan. No solution even after IMF's visit to broke Pakistan. And now, Pak PM has announced a slew of austerity measures. The broke Pakistan has slashed diplomatic centers. Ministers, state ministers and special advisors to the Premier decided to forego their salaries and perks.
Telling you the ground reality that the Prime Minister who used to give example of the European leader that they goes to their office on the cycle. This Prime Minister we have seen in the past, Pakistani Prime Minister used to fly from his residence to his office by chopper, and hardly it was just 7-minute drive from his lavish residence in Banigala to Prime Minister office. Now tell me, you have asked me a question that Mr. Klasa, is this possible, practically possible? Yes, this is possible, but you have to become role model for the nation. First, you have to apply the rule on yourself.
The move came after increasing frustration among the political members of the federal cabinet. The announcement also comes as Pakistan is eyeing a staff-level agreement with the IMF this week. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining us on the trending burning question tonight are General Rajan Kochar, General Dhruv Katoch, Raja Faisal joining us from Islamabad, and Imran Jan, columnist, political analyst, joining us from Texas. Opening up the debate tonight is Raja Faisal and General Rajan Kochar. Raja Faisal, when a country basically has to go to Rothschild, do you understand what's the message like?
Well, all I can say is I think the proper steps are being taken by the government, but it's too late now. If we look at the government's policy since the day one they have came into the office, I think they have not been, allowed to somehow, or we can say that they were very late to wake up to counter all the problems which were being faced by our economy. If we look at our economy, of course, there are deep-rooted problems within our economy. Priorities are very odd. When I say priorities are very odd, Pakistan being an agricultural country, agriculture has been ignored in the recent past. And if we look at, floods, they already, piled up the problems in Pakistan. But right now, I think Pakistan needs to make better choices, needs to focus on agriculture sector, needs to focus less on the real estate sector, because land which should be used in an agricultural country for agriculture, acres of land have been given
can
to
I actually tell you,
societies and all of the
Raja
DHAs
Faisal, this long-winding response does not really work. Let me just tell you, Raja Faisal, just about an hour ago, Raja Faisal, hear me out. Just an hour ago, the IMF director spoke out. The IMF director has warned your country that this cannot go on. The fact of the matter is that a bailout package cannot be given to you, because at the end of the day, what is going to happen is that you really do not have a roadmap forward. And let me just add one more point, Raja Faisal. There is a reason behind it. While you have always ignored, but let us once again give you a reality check. When you have the CEO of a terror factory, the CEO who has only exported terror, a man called Said Salahuddin, then the manufacturing is only terror. That is all that you do. That is mostly what you have been doing. And that is exactly why you've reached this situation. General Rajan Kochhar is going to also join us. General Rajan Kochhar, it becomes very clear that only because of the current situation in terms of their focus has only been in ensuring how do we really tackle India. And the only way we can tackle India is just exporting terror. That's where the problem lies. And they still haven't learned the lesson. Just about a few hours ago, we see visuals coming in of Said Salahuddin walking freely in Pakistan.
You see, what has happened is this present state of mess of economy in Pakistan is not a latest phenomenon. This has been happening over the years. And when Imran Khan took over the government, he promised a Naya Pakistan. But I don't think any kind of stringent measures were put in place to rail back the economy. Today, Pakistan needs $20 billion to stabilize its balance of payment crisis. The Pakistan army is the 6th largest in the world, and in the budget of 2022 and 23,
but General Kochhar, what is happening?
Earmarked for Pakistan army.
So General Kochhar, General Kochhar, what is happening is this, that just before I started this show, I was actually going through certain statements that have been made in Pakistan. Such is the condition right now, Imran Jan, if you can also come in, that Pakistan army is now saying that, look here, we cannot even feed our own soldiers. If this current situation goes, you're cutting off electricity at malls, you're saying that we cannot run the embassies properly because most of the embassies, we cannot pay them. So we'll have to go ahead with, cutting down our diplomatic missions. Which way are you really headed? And even if you are aware that you're headed this way, because some Pakistani guests who have been joining us have been saying that we know that this is coming, but we're taking the measures. But look at what the IMF director had to say. I'm just putting it very clear that this is what IMF director says, that we cannot, because taxes are being collected, they're not being fairly distributed. Those who have to pay more, those who have more, they pay more. And the fact of the matter is that there are tough talks which are going on for a bailout with the global lender who's still not willing to give it. They're still not willing to give it. That's the scenario. You may pass a bill because you believe that passing that bill may actually soften the position for the IMF, but that's not the scenario.
So, it's was a question for me or for who? Okay.
Yes,
so
it was for you, Imran Jan.
You know, it was really sad yesterday when I saw a news where IMF had to remind the government in Pakistan that you need to tax the rich more than you are taxing the poor. The rich have to, I mean, it's just common sense, it's morality, and it's also good economics that the rich have to pay more taxes and the poor have to be helped. Having that said, you mentioned something about Pakistan still exporting terrorism and all that. I also, in the same newspaper, came across another news from India where someone in the government was talking about love jihad, basically saying that they should convert, if any Hindu can convert 10 Muslim girls toward Hinduism, the government will help them, give them money, give them jobs,
Imran Jan,
give them security.
Imran Jan, it's,
So we don't need
no
to
one
export
takes
terrorism
joy.
to you.
Imran
You guys
Jan,
have enough already.
Imran Jan,
India
let me
is
just tell you
already in a
this.
bad
I think so
situation,
General Dhruv
not
Katoch can
because
also
of
come in.
Pakistan,
Imran Jan, let me just
because
tell
of
you
your
one
own
small
policies.
thing. Let me just tell you one small thing. You know, you may want to focus, you may continue focusing on what is really happening in India. Please leave us alone. We are one of the fastest growing economies. We have surpassed United Kingdom. Very soon we are going to do that as far as Germany is concerned. No, Imran Jan, when you want to bring in, I understand you're a political analyst from Texas. You understand it's very clear. India's position is very clear and India's economy is in very safe hands. So don't worry about us. Worry about yourself. While you are in United States of America, so you don't have to really worry about your Pakistani friends and family members there. But the fact of the matter is this. As a country, as a mature country, General Katoch, General, 1 minute, you know, there is a difference. There is a difference here. We do not take joy in seeing our neighbor almost walking a disastrous path. And it's not good for the subcontinent. No one is taking joy in it, Imran Jan. But the fact of the matter is that unlike us, the difference here is that you are more concerned about what's happening in our country. Trust me, we're very capable of handling ourselves. General Katoch. Now imagine a situation that Imran Jan is now saying that, okay, there is one column somewhere in some nondescript newspaper where if he feels that is the report that we should focus, rather than really focusing when their own people are running behind food trucks just because they want bag of wheat. That is the condition. And problem here is that you do not want to acknowledge that this is the problem for you. General Katoch.
Thank you, Shavan. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear what Imran had said, though I can hear you clearly. And there's the audio is echoing back. Anyway, it's okay now. You know, Shavan, I think primarily the way I look at it is what the problem is that the key stakeholders in Pakistan, most of them have got dual passports. You know, so what happens in Pakistan, they're in a position to get out of the country if push comes to shove and if the situation gets really bad. The stake of being in the country, I'm afraid, is not there amongst key stakeholders. Now, austerity measures have been announced, but austerity measures work only if it is implemented from the top and then it comes downwards. Just to give you an example, in India, when we started, you know, that when the Prime Minister said, remove the Lal Batti from the cars, it started with the Prime Minister removing it from his vehicles and automatically the whole country left it within 24 hours. I think that sort of an example has to be given by the Pakistani leadership if you want to sort of, imbue the country and say, we are passing through a tough time, how do we get out of it? But ultimately, you know, while these measures are good, austerity measures are good, the problem is actually much more structural in nature and they will have to resolve that. Now, to give you an example, there are three issues which I feel Pakistan needs to address. One is political stability. In my view, I think all the political parties will have to coalesce together under one leader and say, okay, let's go forward. But if you are going to fight amongst the political parties, the situation, you will never be able to get into any form of policy initiatives to reverse the situation. Number two, I think that the direction of Pakistan's foreign policy has to change. In my view, Kashmir has never been the issue. The issue has been fundamentally an ideological issue as to Pakistan is an Islamic state and India is the other. So that structural issue, I think Pakistan has still not been able to address. And I'm afraid unless they actually address that issue, you will always run into trouble. The question is, when you call yourself an Islamic state, you leave out the others. And then when all the others have been left out, within the various sects of Muslims, you start fighting against each other.
You make a mention of the Islamic State.
General
Katoch, I would like to thank you for raising this point. General Katoch, so sorry to interrupt you, but you make a very interesting point. This question of an Islamic state. Now, the fact of the matter is that all this while, the OIC and others that they were talking about, Raja Faisal, I think that you should answer. Why is it that even your so-called allies, part of the OIC, they are also now refusing to really help you? Can you actually imagine a situation whom you were actually piggybanking on? They are the ones who are now deserting you. Your so-called staunch ally, China, has also left you isolated.
Yeah, first of all, I would agree with General Katoch. He has rightly pointed out, and I think I really liked the way he put it, that, the trickle-down effect should start from the very top. I mean, the top leadership, they need to implement the austerity which they have introduced first onto themselves and then later on to the people below them. And if we come towards the OIC, yes, you are very right about it, that our very near neighbors, if we talk about the Middle Eastern countries, the Gulf countries, they have, stopped helping Pakistan, especially when we talk about UAE and Saudi Arabia. In recent past, they were not willing to help. There are certain reasons for that, and them reasons are, of course, if we look at the current politics of Pakistan, of course, Pakistan's politics, the way it is being played right now, there is a fight going on, political fight going on, which is not being liked by the friendly countries as well, because even they are, confused which way to go.
Okay.
Why? Because if you look at Imran Khan's party, of course, it has gathered a lot of support on the ground. And when it comes to the 13 or 14 parties joining hands and becoming PDM,
in fact,
and taking
Raja Faisal, since you speak about Imran Khan, let's also show those latest pictures. No, but the question here is that is Imran Khan really being taken seriously? But the fact of the matter is that they want him to be booted out. This Jail Bharo Andolan, or the movement that was actually started today, it seems that it has also fizzled out. Let me just give one final word to General Kocher. General Kocher, there is some sort of an agreement that somewhere down the line, the civilian government needs to develop some sort of a spine, which is very difficult, which could be unprecedented, historical, if I may say so, because in the history of Pakistan, that has never really happened. But if a country needs to develop, if a country needs to survive, the civilian government needs to develop a spine, because the Pakistani army is actually, look at what General Bajwa is doing. I'm given to understand the latest intelligence reports suggest that General Bajwa seems to be, holidaying in some exotic country while his country is in absolute doldrums. General Kocher, I want to give you the final word. Let's take no joy in seeing this country completely breaking apart. At the end of the day, an unstable Pakistan would also mean difficult times for us or the entire subcontinent. So as a mature nation, no one really wants that to happen. A stable democracy is important. But General Kocher, is there a roadmap? Because at the end of the day, it seems the priorities in Pakistan is completely misplaced.
You're absolutely right. The Pakistani leadership has actually lost its way. The priorities which Pakistan government should actually set themselves have been mislaid. Look at Balochistan. It is one of the most wealthiest states in Pakistan. It has a great potential for minerals, energy, etc. And what is happening there?
General Kocher,
for independence. Yes.
Right, General Kochar, I'm really sorry. We'll have to cut you short. We're getting in some more breaking news, but thank you very much, General Kochar, General Katoch, Raja Faisal, and Imran Jan. We're getting in some more breaking news coming in from Mumbai. Given to understand that there's a fire that has been reported from the Worli area in Mumbai. This happens to be closer to Kamla Mills. The fire broke out a while ago. Fire tenders have already reached the spot. In fact, our reporters are on the ground. Ankit will try and go across. The cooling operation, I'm told, has already begun. We'll try and find out whether at all whether anyone was present when the fire actually broke out, or was this an empty mill compound in the commercial area of Worli. We'll try and get you the latest details. Our reporters on the ground getting you the latest updates. We'll try and go across to Ankit in a short while from now, but let's just quickly recap of what we know so far. What you're seeing right now, these are the latest pictures of the cooling operation, which is basically underway. Our reporters are telling us that it's an empty mill plot, which is closer to Kamla Mills in Mumbai's Worli area. Ankit, just walk us through the details that you're picking up right now. As I understand from these pictures that you've sent across, it appears to be an empty mill compound where the fire broke out.
Sharon, if you can hear me, this is a fire that broke out at an empty mill compound next to Kamla Mill, which is a very frequented business area. There are at this moment 2 fire tenders at the spot. This is at a pretty important main road, so to say, of this Lower Parel industrial commercial area. The fire did blaze quite high, but for the moment it appears to have been brought under control. At this moment, I can tell you, with the help of one fire to bring the fire control.
We seem to be having some problem with his line, as Ankit, my colleague, is at the spot getting you the latest updates. As of now, there are no reports of any casualties or any injuries. All that we can report is that this is an empty mill plot, which is closer to Kamla Mills. This is in central Mumbai, in Worli area, where the fire has now been reported. We're getting you 2 sets of images. One, which is a short while back when the fire broke out. As you can see, this appears to have now been doused. The fire seems to have been doused. We'll try and go across to Ankit, who's joining us live on this broadcast. Ankit, just take us through the details you're picking up. Can we get a confirmation whether at all there's been any casualty or any injuries at this point in time, or this area was completely empty?
Area was empty. For the moment, the fire appears to have been brought under control. From what the fire officials told us just now, they were unclear how it began. As you can see right in front of me, about 10 feet away, they are now trying to enter the area with their flashlights. Even as right next to it, there is a fire official who is spraying more of the building with water. They're using this piped water jet to get into every nook and cranny of the building. There was, until just a couple of moments ago, still some amount of smoke emanating from inside. I can still see it. I'm not sure if we can at this moment, but there were